A Boulder couple is on a mission to keep their daughter's memory alive, and her parents want to spread kindness the way that she did. Your reporter, Kirsten Susel, takes us behind the story honoring Ellie Berg.
6-year-old Ellie Berg loved people and loved life.
Such a well-rounded kid. She was a soccer player, she played basketball, hip hop, she loved to dance. She sings and plays the ukulele and makes up songs, coloring and drawing and painting.
She was thoughtful and curious beyond her years.
There are just so many things that Ellie would do to make sure that other people were seen.
Tragically, Ellie passed away in November 2023 when a tree collapsed in the backyard of the family's home in Boulder.
I often walk up to her pictures and just give her a kiss.
There's a saying, time heals all wounds, except if your child dies before you. And there's truly no healing. It's more like you learn to live with and learn to find moments of joy again.
We often feel like we're zombies, though. We look at each other and we're like, is this real?
In order to carry on the legacy of their daughter, Josh and Carly Berg are on a mission to spread kindness through the Be Like Ellie Foundation.
Because she's not here to do it herself, so it's our mission now to do that on her behalf.
Josh and Carly have created various ways to spread kindness, including cards that encourage people to participate in simple acts of kindness. The place they've seen the most amount of cards picked up is the Alpine Modern Coffee Shop near CU's campus.
The cards were going very quickly. We would drop 30 at a time, and there were days where I'd come back 2 days later, they were all gone. At a time when it seems that there's a mental health crisis across our country, certainly, but in college as well.
Our customer base is made up of a lot of students. I think they're just curious about it, and they want to learn, and they want to spread kindness if they can.
Here is a tattoo.
Whether through their tattoos of her lyrics or drawings, or her many smiling photos, memories of Ellie's presence will never fade. And through her parents' efforts, her dedication to touching people's lives will continue on as well.
I want people to know Ellie's name, and I want them to spread kindness in her honor. It's as simple as that.
Kirsten Susel is with us now to talk a little bit more about this story. It so touched so many hearts of so many of our viewers. We wanted to talk a little bit more behind it. What a difficult story, Kirsten. We appreciate you being with us, especially for Ellie's parents. So why did they decide that they wanted to do this and start spreading kindness in her name?
Well, I think ultimately it's all about making sure their daughter's not forgotten, making sure the ways in which she impacted everybody around her isn't forgotten. And, you know, they've made the comment before, they went from full-time parenting, Ellie was their only child, to not having her around. And this is now their way of parenting her. It's a different way of parenting her. But ultimately, she touched so many people's lives, and you could just see it in the photos. You could see it in her face. She was an entertainer. She loved to make new friends and say hello to anyone she met in the grocery store, things like that. And it was really important for them to just continue on that legacy.
The mom talked about being a zombie, which anyone could understand why they feel that way and how they would feel that way. But you were able to get them to open up and really share the joy of having Ellie. So talk a little bit about that.
So I think that comment was more so to, you know, when they're in public, it's easier to talk, it's easier to put on a front. When they're behind closed doors and it's just the two of them, and they're in their home without their daughter, it is almost surreal. I don't know at what point you can ever really wrap your head around losing a child, but for them, it's one thing to be out in public, it's another to live and wake up another day knowing that their daughter's not there. But I can see, you know, the more that I continue to talk to them about their daughter, they lit up, you know, and they love to show me the photos and the videos and continue to tell me stories about how amazing she was.
Yeah, it keeps her alive, which is beautiful. It seems like they found an audience in spreading kindness, and it seems to be with the college kids. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, interestingly enough, that is just one of the demographics and in the areas that they have had success in spreading kindness. Certainly that coffee shop is one of those places where they saw a lot of those kindness cards picked up. A lot of college students seem to really gravitate towards them, but they do all sorts of things with children, with college students, with adults. They have, you know, kindness letters that you can send people. They go into schools, they do assemblies and workshops for kids. They've teamed up with the JCC in Denver and in Boulder to have rock painting stations where people could, during her birthday month, which was February, people could come stop by, paint these rocks, and place them at various places around the Denver area and Boulder area. It's also interesting, you know, sometimes as a reporter, there are certain stories that really stick with you. And as I was continuing to look into Ellie's story, I saw the kindness rocks that they were doing in February, and I noticed she had the same birthday as me. And sometimes, you know, it's like, that really hit home with me, you know, almost in just this emotional way where I could feel, you know, her presence in some sort of additional connection. So maybe I'll get out there next February and paint some kindness rocks as well. But they're doing all sorts of things, not just here in Colorado, not just here in Denver, but really across the country.
So Kirsten, if people want to learn more and get involved, what do they do? Where do they go?
You could go to belikeellie.com, and they have all of their initiatives, everything that they have going on, include kindness grants that you can apply for. Awesome. That actually, if you have an idea of spreading kindness, but you need a little bit of monetary assistance, you can actually apply for a grant. So belikeellie.com.
We love this time here with your reporter behind the story so that everyone can learn a little bit more about what goes into this. And 2 minutes with our stories is hardly ever long enough time. So Kirsten, thank you so much for being with us and giving us some insight.